If I could have everybody's attention here in the deadline room, we will continue on with pre-race media availability for Sunday's Citizen Soldier 400. And we're now joined by Jamie McMurray, driver of the #1 Credit One Chevrolet for Chip Ganassi Racing. Jamie, you had an incredible run here last fall, fell just a little short of getting to the next round of the chase. Two questions. One, do you feel like you have another incredible run in you? And two, do you think that'll be enough to get you into the next round?
Yeah, last year was a lot of fun getting to race with the 88 and kind of knowing that I had to finish ahead of him in order to advance to the next round. And you know, he was ahead on one restart, I'd be ahead on the next. So that was a fun battle. As far as this year, I mean, we don't know until you get on the track. You don't know the circumstances, how they're going to play out. I feel like the chase hasn't had the drama that it normally does up to this point. So if you're a guy on the outside, you know, looking in, trying to advance to the next round, you're hoping it's a fairly dramatic race and that there's, you know, something happens big with somebody up front that you know, that's going to shake it up a little.
And that can happen here.
It can happen for sure here.
We'll go ahead and open the floor up for questions. If you have a question, we'll get a wireless mic to you. We'll start here with Nate.
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports. Always works. Jamie, you just mentioned that you feel like the chase hasn't had as much drama, and I think that would be general consensus among many in this room as well. Any reason for that? Is there anything that's different that you see this year versus last year?
No, I mean, I think it's just hard to you know, it's like trying to have a good finish in every single race. You're not going to have that, and that's what makes the you know, the exciting finishes so great. We just haven't. I guess circumstantial. We just haven't. I thought Loudon. Normally the restarts at Loudon, somebody always gets tangled up, and the fact that that's one of the first chase races, I think there's usually some drama there. Normally somebody runs out of gas at a place like Loudon. We just didn't have that this year. Dover, though, is one of those tracks that it's typically, if there is an accident on the track, it collects a lot of people, and they're normally wrecks that people have to go to the garage, and it's hard to repair your car. So this is one of those places that we could have that, and you could shake it up a little bit. But other than, you know, the first two races, I mean, I guess just circumstantial, and just wasn't there yet.
We'll go to David and then the Rich.
David Scott from the Charlotte Observer. Jamie, you talked about odd things happening, like with Jimmy last year here with the copper dollar part that went on him. Has anything odd like you, or what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you like that in a key situation that you can remember?
Probably I'm not comfortable talking about the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. I don't know. I guess we've all had something, an inexpensive part cost you a race. That's why details are so important with the race teams, and you pay attention to everything when assembling a car. But I think everybody's had that happen to them. It's certainly more unfortunate when it happens in a race that's so critical like this one is. But I think everybody's had something simple like that knock them out.
Go up front to Rich.
Jamie, Rich Culbreth, the Motor Racing Network. You're going to Charlotte next week. You're a couple-time winner there. What does it take to win at that track?
Well, long races. When I think of both Charlotte races, they 500 and 600 mile races. They both typically start when it's you have a little bit of change in the track. The first race because the sun's out. The second race typically because it gets pretty cool by the end of the race. So I think just being able to keep up with the track and having a good car. When I look back to the spring race and how dominant the 78 was, throughout the entire race, that's pretty amazing. And you typically don't see guys do that at Charlotte. I feel like you normally have somebody that qualifies well and can lead the early part of the race, but then at the halfway point, you typically have somebody that's either started mid-pack or towards the rear that gets their car right and is able to be the winner.
Do we have additional questions for Jamie? Well, Jamie, good luck this weekend and have a good time.